This week on Oklahoma Horizon, we begin a two-part series on what a difference a year can make. We head out west to see just how wheat growers are reacting to this year's bumper crop after having struggled through a year of drought.
I think I had a picture on my phone from last year cutting this very same field, and we were doing like 7 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour. There was nothing to cut. Tell where you've been, where you hadn't been, really. It was that bad. And this year I'm going, of course my speed's not exactly right, but 1.9, you know.
We examine the debate over farm subsidies from half a world away as our Keela Kelm visits a country that did away with farm subsidies in the mid-1980s. And while it certainly wasn't easy, farmers she talked to say they are all the better for it.
It forced farmers to rethink how they were doing things without any aid whatsoever by way of subsidies. So our whole pastoral and agricultural industry went cold turkey on subsidies. And now there is nowhere in New Zealand where anybody gets any subsidies, and no one thinks twice about it anymore.
And we are in for a real treat. We'll visit with and get to listen to world-renowned fiddle sensation and Oklahoma musical ambassador Kyle Dillingham. Stay with us for Oklahoma Horizon.
Oklahoma Horizon is made possible by the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technology Education.
Oklahoma's investment in career tech provides more than nationally recognized technology education and training. It produces solid financial returns for the state's economic future. Oklahoma Career Tech, elevating our economy.
And the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food, and Forestry, helping good people grow good things. And now, from the Career Tech Studios in Stillwater, here's your host, Rob McClendon.
In many ways, Oklahoma's two largest industries suffer from the same flaw. Both energy and agriculture tend to boom, then bust as global demand rises, then falls. But for those working in our agricultural sector, another variable is always in play, and that's our weather, which is where we begin today. Many Oklahoma wheat farmers began this growing season doubtful they could even make a crop, already having suffered through a year-long drought and the smallest wheat harvest in over 50 years. Yet come fall, the rains came and hope grew anew. In fact, for most of Oklahoma wheat country, growing conditions were ideal. So we sent our Andy Barth out west to catch up with a young farm family we first met in the heat of last year's drought to see what a difference a year can make.
Well, Rob, wheat harvest is well underway in Fairview, Oklahoma, where 1 year ago, the drought took a devastating toll and wheat yields were much lower.
With one of the worst harvest years behind them, wheat producers are in the middle of harvesting a bumper crop.
And when it started raining this fall, we all kept waiting for it to quit raining again. You know, it was kind of like everybody's holding their breath.
For Jessica Wilcox and her husband Clint, farming side by side can mean long hours inside their combines. But it's welcome work after last year's drought-stricken crop.
And we had great planting conditions for the wheat. If the guys that waited a little later, waited until after October to plant, had good conditions. And the wheat just looked great all year. The guys that graze it had great grazing potential, lots of good gain. A lot of people put fungicide down this year for the first time. We didn't put any down last year, I don't think. Maybe 1 or 2 fields just didn't need it. It didn't rain, so no fungus. And this year, with the wheat being so thick and so good, a lot of people put it on, and we're really glad we did. That's why our straw is so pretty and bright.
And with the bright, thick wheat, things are moving much slower.
I think I had a picture on my phone from last year cutting this very same field, and we were doing like 7 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour. There was nothing to cut. Tell where you've been, where you hadn't been, really. It was that bad. And this year I'm going, of course my speed's not exactly right, but 1.9, you know.
But every good thing has its downfalls.
We bought this header this winter, And man, we're glad we did. With all this downed wheat, the striper header really picked it up off the ground.
Downed wheat, also known as lodging, is caused when wheat grows too fast and too tall to support the weight of the head, making it fall.
I'd much rather harvest a good crop that's laying down than a junky crop any day.
For Jessica and Clint, this isn't their only job. They own a crop insurance agency that goes hand in hand with their farming life.
My farmers know that we farm, and you know, they're always like, what'd you guys do? Well, we did this, but I'm not saying that we did the right thing. But we can help them feel confident in their decisions also.
Did you say you cut some on some you grazed out?
Like big insurance decisions that had to be made after last year's devastating drought.
There were a lot of people this past year that bought crop insurance or bought better crop insurance that hadn't ever. And hopefully those people continue to see some value in it. Hopefully they realize that, you know, we dodged a major bullet here with our weather pattern changing. And that it may not be needed this year. They may have a large premium bill this year and maybe not see anything out of it. But the security it gave them to plant that crop is why they have the crop they have right now. And we all know that next year could be predicted wet and be dry as a bone, just like this year was predicted dry and we had plentiful rains. So, you know, it's one of those things, it always looks different in hindsight, but for consistency and year in, year out success, it's a pretty important part of the farming industry.
Reaping the good with the bad, and the ups and the downs of growing wheat on the plains of Oklahoma. Now, weather has caused some headaches for farmers. A hailstorm hit southwestern Oklahoma on May 19th, which caused 75% damage to some fields. But for the most part, farmers are very pleased with this year's harvest.
Now next week, Andy will head back out west to see how Oklahoma cattle producers are restocking their herds after last year's drought forced many to sell out. And when we return, a look at farm subsidies from another perspective.
You're watching Oklahoma Horizon, featuring some of the good things that are happening in the great state of Oklahoma.
Well, few in the know believe a federal farm bill will get written this year, due in great part to election year politics. But once Congress gets down to the business of writing the legislation that governs our nation's food policy, farm subsidies, such as direct payments, could well become a thing of the past, a move that will undoubtedly be greeted with true trepidation across farm country. But farmers here in the United States may be able to take some solace from an island nation literally half a world away. Joining me now is our Keela Kellum.
Well, Rob, New Zealand is known for its rolling green hills and natural beauty, but what most people don't realize is the importance of this nation's agriculture industry. From the sheep grazing these rolling hills to the kiwis hanging on the vine, agriculture is big business in New Zealand, all without the help of farm subsidies.
In the mid-80s, of course, when we went through the pain of taking subsidies off any of our agricultural production, it forced farmers to rethink how they were doing things without any aid whatsoever by way of subsidies. So our whole pastoral and agricultural industry went cold turkey on subsidies. And now there is nowhere in New Zealand where anybody gets any subsidies, and no one thinks twice about it anymore.
Graham Crosman grows kiwi in New Zealand and says when subsidies were removed in 1985, it forced farmers to become more consumer-oriented.
They've learnt to produce high volumes of given acres for dairy products or wool clips or meat production, and they've done it without subsidies.
New Zealand is almost completely export-oriented and is the world's leading dairy producer, exporting close to 95% of all their dairy products, a booming industry despite the lack of government support.
Subsidies skew behaviour.
Jacqueline Roworth is an agribusiness professor in New Zealand and says ag producers had to learn to farm to the marketplace rather than to the subsidies.
And our efficiency is actually a education for the rest of the world. Some of our leading farmers, federated farmers for instance, go overseas. They're invited to go and talk at other places about what it meant to take subsidies away and how it was actually handled politically, because it was a huge shock.
Roworth believes that while subsidized food can be less expensive on store shelves, consumers are still having to pay, just in another way.
In Canada and America, you do have a subsidy system, and overall that makes food more expensive, but people don't realize it because it's not directly in the supermarket, it's coming through the taxation system.
And while traditional industries such as New Zealand wool productions have shrunk over the past quarter of a century, other ag sectors have grown and prospered.
Removing subsidies in 1985 increased productivity, that is output per person, hugely, because they were making decisions based purely on economics in terms of farm income, not on protected use of money.
Making this little Pacific island nation a learning experience for the entire world. And with the bold move the country made more than 25 years ago to remove farm subsidies, ag colleges saw a dramatic drop in enrollment over fears that the industry would no longer be profitable.
So it seems as if those fears were largely unfounded. Have any other countries, have they followed New Zealand's lead?
Yes, Rob. Actually, other countries have seen what New Zealand has done and have started to remove farm subsidies as well. In fact, New Zealand's neighboring country, Australia, has started to remove some of their subsidies, and here in the U.S., we are starting to see debate as to what we should do as well.
Will certainly be an interesting discussion. Thank you so much, Keela. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the pros and cons of farm subsidies, just head to our website at okhorizon.com and click on this week's Value Added.
Still to come on Oklahoma Horizon, a peek into the premiere of The Life Symphony. But first, Oklahoma musician Kyle Dillingham.
Well, The Life Symphony is a brand new work by Oklahoma composer Callan Clark for solo violin and symphony orchestra. Now, it will premiere as the grand finale at the OK Mozart Festival, June 16th and 17th, and headlining that concert will be Oklahoma musical ambassador Kyle Dillingham, who joins me now here in studio. Well, Kyle, before we talk about OK Mozart, I have to tell you, before preparing for this interview, I probably enjoyed it more than anyone I've prepared for in a long time, because I spent probably a good part of an afternoon getting to listen to you on YouTube.
Great.
And for those of us that have a bit of a tin ear, you're going to have to describe your musical genre.
Yeah, well, okay, Rob, I have typically pioneered what I've referred to as Oklahoma heartland acoustic music. And I've best described it not as particularly as any particular style or genre, so to speak, but more of an intention behind the music. So typically the music I'm doing, whether it's classical or if it's bluegrass or gypsy or Thai or whatever it may be, is usually acoustic. I'm playing a violin, but the intention behind the music is that which I feel comes from where I live in Oklahoma, and it's this sincerity that you find in Oklahoma that is kind of a unique characteristic, I think, that's in the people. You feel it when I have visitors in Oklahoma, musicians visiting me. They pick up on it and they say it's very different than New York, for example, and the audience just really seems to be into the music and appreciating and coming up and expressing to us one at a time and wanting to hug us and wanting to shake our hands and that's what we want. That's what I want to do with my music. Wherever I go, I want my music to be like a hug or a handshake or a sincere greeting.
Well, every time I've gotten to see you play, it's a very intimate experience. You really were more than happy to leave the stage and be out among everyone.
Yeah, it's true. You know, people have asked me, so, you know, what is it that you want to do? Do you want to play stadiums for 20,000 people, civic centers for 3,000 people? And I would love to do that. My goal has always been to do what I've always done, but just to be able to share my music with more and more people. But no matter what happens to my career, I always enjoy the one-on-one encounter, sharing my music with one person. And I think that no matter what it is that you're doing, whether you're in music business or you're a doctor or you're an attorney or an entrepreneur, I think whatever you're doing, you have to always do it your best, whether you're dealing with one person or you're dealing with masses of people. I think so, but you realize that when you're just dealing with the one person, you have so much more gratification because you have a real connection and a relation with that person. So
while you may well be playing one-on-one when you're playing, you've played to some very large audiences. I know I got to listen to you at the Epcot Center where all those people were coming in at the Oklahoma Centennial, but you've also been on, what, Chinese state television?
Yeah, I did a concert at the Beijing Central Conservatory that was aired on national television in China. They said it went into the homes of 1 billion people. So I don't know exactly what that means for my career, but it was interesting. We watched some of it on the news, and they had a story. They were interviewing a girl that was a violinist at the conservatory there, and she was crying. She had tears in her eyes, and I said, "What's she saying?" Because she was speaking Chinese. They said, "Oh, she's crying." She said because she showed up late and she missed half the concert. But what she got from the concert, she just thought it was going to be another violinist, but she said, when she saw me playing, I was playing traditional music from my country. I played some traditional music from her country. And then I played classical repertoire for the solo violin that is studied in music schools all over the world. And she said, but he was having so much fun with his music and enjoying it. And I never knew that you could enjoy music. Nobody ever told me I could enjoy it. Mm-hmm. And so she was crying because she'd missed half the concert. So
that leads me to ask, what is the difference between being a fiddler and a violinist? And what are you?
Well, I'm privileged to be either at any given moment. And I always have a joke about the difference between a violin and a fiddle. And we say the violin has 4 strings and the fiddle has 4 strings. Okay. So it's really just connotative of the style of music you're playing. But I have a little slogan that I like to use, and I like to say that music is music is music. So when we are putting together a new symphony, the Life Symphony, mm-hmm. what we're trying to do is to reach back to the deepest memories and connect with those musically. And we're trying to draw audience in to have this shared experience, a celebration of life, a narrative of life, instrumentally, that allows each audience member to put their own story into the music. Mm-hmm. 'Cause see, there's no words, yet symphonic music is narrative by nature. And what it allows is for each person to then feel their own story realized in the music.
And this symphony does debut at OK Mozart on June 16th and 17th?
Yeah, the world premiere will be in Bartlesville on June 16th at 8 p.m. at the Bartlesville Community Center. And then an Oklahoma City premiere the following day. It's Father's Day, June 17th at the Civic Center Music Hall, downtown Oklahoma City at 2 p.m. So you can find information at okmozart.com about ticket information for either concert.
Yeah, and certainly we will have a link to it on our website. If you would be so kind, I would like you to play a little piece of the symphony for us right after this. Take a quick break and we'll set up.
Beautiful, I will. I'll do the second movement, which is a nocturne, and it's titled Innocence, and it's evoking the innocence of like a small child.
All right, thank you so much, Kyle.
Thank you, Rob.
Oklahoma Horizon is now portable. Just subscribe to our weekly podcast. Visit itunes.com, where you can download our show for your listening or viewing convenience.
Kyle Dillingham and the Life Symphony.
It goes from what sounds meaningless or unformed, inchoate, to something that is comprehensible. Times that I've thought, I know what it needs to be, and I know how to make it what it needs to be, so that it says what I really want it to say. But if I do that, the world will hate it. Not because I failed, but because I succeeded. Because it does say what I wanted to say.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Kyle. Thank you, Rob. If you'd like to see more of this, you'll be able to hear Kyle and many other excellent musicians. Just go to our website where we have a link to the OK Music Festival in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. We'll be right back.
If you're interested in Oklahoma culture, you can keep up with us throughout the week on the Red Dirt Chronicles blog. Look for the On the Horizon postings on Tuesdays and Fridays and tell us what you think.
Next time on Oklahoma Horizon, we head them up and move them out as we catch a ride on an Oklahoma cattle drive.
We're loving every bit of it. It's a great rodeo. It's a good roundup. And of course, as you know, we're here celebrating a great weekend for Oilton, Oklahoma.
Plus, we'll see how Oklahoma's cattle industry is recovering from last year's drought. An Oklahoma show for the heartland, Oklahoma Horizon. Well, we are about out of time, but we leave you today with more from Kyle Dillingham.